modified pigeon, really also getting some nice pelvis movement. So I'm taking a small yoga block and placing this underneath my right foot. So I'm going to be working on, right knee. This is a modified pigeon, getting some really nice pelvis movement. I'm going to place a small yoga block underneath my right knee, so I'm going to be working on my right hip. I'll show you from a few different angles here, but I'm extending my left knee long. I'm going to take my right side, I'm going to swivel this leg bone, so I'm in this more externally rotated position. And in this position, I'm going to think about taking this left pelvis kind of down towards the ground. I'm not jutting my right hip out to the side and hiking that. I'm just thinking about getting some gentle rotation, and then I'm turning and opening. So from a different kind of angle, I'm in this right side, right foot swivels, and I'm going to really think about opening up into this right hip as this left hip kind of drops down and opens up. So I'm turning at the pelvis, kind of closing it down, stretching into this right hip, and then opening up. So it's like a modified pigeon, but we're getting some pelvis movement here. Over the right, open up. So depending on what you need, maybe that inhale as you turn into it helps you feel like you can open into that side. Exhale, turn away. If you want, you can kind of play with rocking back and forth and sense where you feel that nice stretch in the back of the hip. May feel more intense on one side than the other. So ultimately, our goal in this position is we're in that modified pigeon and we're doing those kind of modified hip opener down and then up. So I'm taking this hip down and up, opening and closing through this right pelvis, getting a nice stretch on the back side of the right hip. So this is your modified pigeon glute stretch with open and close at the pelvis. Open up. And then once you find a nice position, you can kind of rock back and breathe. Feeling this openness in the back of the hip. You can come forward. When you come down, almost feeling like the femur is kind of being sucked back into the hip socket. Opening up. Should feel like a nice stretch in the back of that hip.